Okay, we all know self-driving cars are one of the biggest leaps in technology happening right now. But what if I told you the key to perfecting them isn't actually on the road at all? Nope, it's high above it. Let's dive into this.
I want you to imagine something. For every single autonomous car trying to navigate a tricky intersection, there's literally an eye in the sky watching over it, seeing dangers the car itself just can't. And look, this isn't some far-off science fiction. This is a real strategy that could solve one of the biggest, most stubborn problems in autonomous driving.
So, what is that problem exactly? Well, it turns out that even the most sophisticated AI drivers out there today have a critical blind spot, and it's one that can have absolutely devastating consequences.
It all comes down to this term you might have heard of, a corner case. Really, just think of it as the ultimate curveball for an AI. It's a situation that's so rare, so totally out of left field, that the AI has never seen anything like it in its billions of miles of training data. And because of that, it just doesn't know what to do.
And believe me, this isn't just a theory. The research points to a tragic, real-world example of this. An AI couldn't tell the difference between the white side of a truck and a brightly lit sky. It was a perfect and unfortunately fatal corner case. And it really brings home the core problem, right? How can you possibly program for something you can't even predict?
Well, the answer, according to this research, is to look up. By adding drones or unmanned aerial vehicles into the mix, we can give that car a perspective that it could never, ever have on its own. I mean, think about it from the car's point of view for a second. Its sensors, its cameras and LiDAR, they're stuck at street level. A tall building, a big truck, even just a line of trees, they can all create these incredibly dangerous blind spots, especially at intersections. The car's trying to make a life-or-death call with only half the information. But now, let's flip the script. Let's go to the drone's perspective. From up there, those blind spots, they're just gone. The drone gets this complete 3D view of the whole scene. It can see the kid about to chase a ball into the street, and it can see the car speeding 2 blocks away. It sees the whole picture. And the benefits here are just huge. We're not just talking about getting rid of blind spots. These UAVs can basically become flying communication hubs. They can monitor traffic patterns, spot violations, and even help out in disaster situations. They become the ultimate wingman for what are known as connected autonomous vehicles, or CAVs. Okay, but just having a car and a drone flying around isn't enough, right? You have to get their AI brains talking to each other, thinking and acting like a single cohesive unit. And that's where the AI architecture really starts to matter.
Now, to make this all work, there are basically 2 competing philosophies. First, you've got the traditional modular approach. Think of it like an assembly line. One AI module handles seeing the world, another one plans the route, and a third one actually drives. It's easy to understand, but if one module makes a mistake, the whole chain can fall apart. Then you have the end-to-end approach. This is totally different. It's more like one big, powerful brain that takes in all the sensor data at once and just spits out a driving command. It can feel like a bit of a black box, but wow, can it be efficient.
And if you look at the data, a pretty clear winner is starting to emerge. This is from the CARLA leaderboard. It's a huge benchmark for testing self-driving tech. And as you can see, the end-to-end models are just blowing the modular ones out of the water in these complex simulations. I mean, the scores aren't even in the same ballpark.
This massive performance gap is exactly why the big players, like Tesla, are betting big on these end-to-end systems. The thinking is that by optimizing everything, seeing, planning, and driving all at once, you can make smarter, faster decisions when it really counts.
So we've got a car with its guardian angel drone, all powered by a single, super-efficient AI brain. Problem solved, right? Well, not so fast, because that powerful black box AI, it has a blind spot of its own, and it's one that can be exploited in some pretty scary ways.
So let me introduce you to the world of adversarial attacks. This is a whole different kind of cyber attack. The goal isn't to crash a server, it's to fool an AI's senses. An attacker makes these tiny, often completely invisible to us changes to something in the real world just to make the AI see something that isn't really there.
Let's walk through an example. Normally, a self-driving car's AI looks at this sign and, yep, it correctly sees a stop sign. Everything is working exactly like it's supposed to.
But now, look really closely. An attacker has put a small, cleverly designed sticker on that sign. To you and me, it's just a sticker. We'd barely even notice it. But to the AI, that little adversarial patch has totally hijacked its perception.
It's not seeing a stop sign anymore. Now it sees a speed limit 100 sign, and the potential for disaster there is, well, it's pretty obvious.
So how is this even possible? Well, it's because an AI doesn't see things the way we do. It learns to identify objects by recognizing complex mathematical patterns in pixels. These attacks are engineered specifically to find and exploit the weird loopholes in that process. It's basically a digital optical illusion designed to trick a machine.
Okay, so where does all this leave us? It seems the path forward is about embracing this incredible, game-changing potential, while also being brutally honest about the massive challenges that are still standing in the way.
And the technical issues are really just the tip of the iceberg. We're talking about huge logistical and societal questions. How on earth do you manage the air traffic for potentially millions of drones over a city? How do you build cybersecurity that's truly foolproof? And maybe the biggest hurdle of all, how do you get the public to actually trust this stuff?
But the promise, wow, it's just undeniable. This quote from the research paper really says it all. If we can get these two amazing AI systems, the car on the ground and the drone in the air, to truly cooperate, we can unlock a whole new level of safety and awareness that neither one could ever hope to achieve on its own.
And that really leaves us with one final big question. We're right on the edge of teaching machines to master the incredibly complex arts of driving and flying, all at the same time. The technology is almost there. But the biggest challenge in the end might not be technical at all. It might be us. The question is, can we teach ourselves to trust them?